of this assembly, alongside all the former union and state ministers, members of parliament and former legislators of legislative assemblies of all the other states in the country who have recently set sail on their final voyage to the heavenly abode. I would also like to offer my deepest condolences at the passing away of a number of acclaimed personalities in different fields of art and culture since the last session of the 17th West Bengal Legislative Assembly. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Members, this time the people of the state have given a decisive mandate in favor of a new government for the first time in the last 1.5 decades. The people of West Bengal have most decisively rejected the atmosphere of fear and frustration prevailing in the state for a long time. The new government, having assumed the responsibilities of steering the state, will endeavor for improvement in all aspects of governance with utmost sincerity and a steadfastness of purpose. I have full conviction that with resolute commitment to national integrity, prosperity and national security, the new government under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Sri Suvendu Adhikari will pursue the path of all-round development of the state and welfare of the people, ensuring peace and prosperity for all, irrespective of caste, creed or religion. Honorable members, my government is fully aware of challenges ahead and its responsibilities to undertake new measures and formulate innovative policies to meet the aspirations of the people of West Bengal with uncompromising priority on the needs and dreams of the downtrodden and marginalized sections of the society. My government shall attach topmost priority to the security and safety for all, so that the common people can lead the daily lives with dignity and true freedom, sans any perception of undue fear. The overall atmosphere of threats and intimidation in West Bengal has to be eradicated and people freed from the clutches of the unscrupulous antisocial elements. My government will effectively control and do away with criminal syndicate system of extortions, illegal coal and sand mining, and take steps for prevention of heinous crimes, especially those related to women and children and their trafficking. Law and order machinery will be revamped to usher in an ambience of peace and tranquility in the state. Particularly, there will be zero tolerance for any atrocity against women, children, and marginalized sections of the society. My government will take appropriate measures to restore the rule of law and re-establish people's trust in the state's institutions. The new government has already cracked down heavily on those who once ran a reign of terror and an extortion raj under the protection and patronage of the earlier ruling party in the state. With the restoration of the rule of law in the state, people are breathing in freedom and they are voluntarily coming forward to raise their voice against various injustices meted out to them by the unscrupulous elements in different forms. The state administration is taking necessary actions on all such complaints with remarkable alacrity and absolute fairness. A massive drive is on to remove illegal encroachments upon government land and unauthorized structures. In perfect commitment to the spirit of secularism, my government will ensure true freedom of religious practices for all and sundry in the state. Even though the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita and the Bharatiya Nagrik Suraksha Sanhita were enforced on 1 July 2024 across the nation. It is only after the new government came to power that the new criminal laws are being effectively enforced in the state. One of the objectives of the new criminal law is to speed up the criminal justice system by leveraging the use of technology. Various measures, including issuance of relevant notifications, are now being taken in right earnest so that the laws can be properly implemented in the wider interest of the people of the state. Honorable members are well aware that the influx of illegal infiltrators along the long, porous international border over the last decades has severely impacted the demographic balance in our state. The fulfillment of needs of the rightful citizens has been compromised because of the presence of a large number of illegal infiltrators here, with the active indulgence of some vested interest groups within the state itself. My government is taking prompt actions for quick detection and deportation of illegal foreigners after they have been identified following the due formalities. Substantial number of illegal infiltrators have already been identified and deported within the short span since the new government took over. The incumbent state government, after coming to power, has approved all the pending proposals of land purchase and government land transfer for border fencing and border outpost. To strengthen border infrastructure and curb infiltration, my government handed over 85.76 acres of land to the Border Security Force on 20th May 2026 through vesting and direct purchase. In addition, acquisition of direct purchase of 88.401 acres of land is currently under process. Further, 897.477 acres of land will be made available for this strategic requirement. To ensure greater efficiency and transparency in the management of land records, my government proposes several transformative digital initiatives. These include GIS-based land information systems and preparation and updation of geo-referenced cadastral maps for improving land governance. My government also intends to collaborate with the Reserve Bank of India for implementation of RBI Unified Lending Interface enabled digital Kisan credit card system in the West Bengal. The initiative is expected to reduce loan sanction time from 15 days to about 15 minutes and enable paperless agricultural credit through secure API-based land records access. The government will implement the consent-based Aadhaar seeding initiative under the Digital India Land Records Modernization Program. This reform will improve transparency, reduce duplication, and facilitate integration with Agri-Stack. The state government is committed to join the National Geospatial Knowledge-Based Land Survey of Urban Habitation under DIL-RNP as part of the National Initiative for Modernization of Urban Land Records. Collection of relevant data through census is vital necessary for policy planning, allocation of resources, and dealing with issues of political representation in the changing dynamics. Immediately after assuming responsibility, my government issued the notification on the 11th of May 2026 to conduct census 2027 in West Bengal. Since then, the government has steadfastly bound itself to complete the first phase of census 2027 by 30th September 2026 along with the rest of the country. This will be for the first time ever since census started in India way back in 1871 that the exercise will be on a digital platform. In West Bengal, this involves more than 1,96,000 enumerators and nearly 2,900 field trainers. The house listing operations will be conducted from 16th August to 14th September 2026, preceded by a self-enumeration process from the 1st to 15th August. Notification to this effect has already been issued. Corruption will be weeded out from the public offices by plugging the loopholes and rendering exemplary punishment to those indulging in or perpetrating any malpractice. To this end, my government has already taken a number of progressive steps and has reopened old cases. To address the overwhelming number of allegations against institutional corruption and crimes against women, within a week of assuming responsibility, my government decided to form 2 commissions to look into the 2 aforementioned menaces respectively. These commissions shall be headed by retired judges with senior IPS officers as heads of the investigation wings. The government of West Bengal will formulate farmer-friendly policies for the benefit of the agrarian community and also for boosting rural economy. Apart from providing cash incentives for the farmers, the new government will provide support to the farmers in terms of provision for easy availability of fertilizers, expansion of irrigation network, better procurement price for crops, value addition to farm producers, to enhance profitability to farmers, better storage and marketing facilities of crops and the like. The new state government will also boost rural livelihood and production by strengthening the dairy sector through different strategies, including promotion of indigenous cattle breeds under the Rashtriya Gokul Mission, greater investment, modern infrastructure, better market access for those making their living from animal resources. My government will strive for strengthening the blue economy by ensuring that all fishermen are registered under Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana and take measures to augment production and productivity in the fisheries sector with the application of modern technologies and through various other customized interventions. The object will be to make the state self-reliant in this sector by reducing dependence on other states to meet the needs of fish health. The state government will also pay a special attention to the social security of the fishermen. The government of West Bengal remains firmly committed to supporting the development of critical infrastructure projects across the state, including railway projects such as the construction of road over bridges, road under bridges, and metro railway projects for which state government land is being provided free of cost wherever feasible, as well as aviation and national highway projects being implemented by the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, the National Highways Authority of India, and National Highways and Infrastructure Development Corporation Limited. The present government, after coming to power in the state, has cleared according nomination of competent authority, land acquisition for 36 railway projects and 1 national highway project, thereby facilitating faster implementation of critical transport infrastructure. Land acquisition and related facilitation for these strategically important projects are being undertaken in close coordination with the concerned agencies, along with the provision of necessary administrative support and interdepartmental cooperation to ensure their timely and effective implementation. A high-level special task force under the chairmanship of the Chief Secretary has been constituted to address and resolve critical issues associated with these projects. The consent of the state government for construction of ROBs in replacement of existing LC gates has been communicated to the railways. The state government will extend full support and assistance in every single form for early completion of the stalled projects of Metro Railway, Kolkata, as well as other railway projects in the state. Immediately after coming to office, the new state government allowed temporary traffic restrictions that led to the smooth completion of the girder launching work at Chingrigata, crossing on the orange line of the Kolkata Metro. While the measure was so directly needed for promoting ease of communication in the city, the work was stalled by the previous government for more than 18 months for reasons best known to them only. For critical projects, including Sevok-Rangpur New Railway Line, Bagrakot-Lava Mode, and Lava Mode-Pedong widening project, forest clearances are being processed on top priority basis. The state government will undertake construction of several bridges of key importance, including the Kalla Bridge at an estimated project cost of 1800 crore over river Bhagirathi, which will connect the districts of Nadia and Purv Vardhaman. Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has also included several bridge projects on different national highways in the state of West Bengal in the annual plan 2026-27, and the state government is extending full cooperation in this regard. Udan scheme will be implemented in the state to rejuvenate existing airports like Purulia, Balurghat and Malda, rendered defunct owing to neglect. After decades of slow growth in the industrial sector, my government is committed to making West Bengal a leading investor-friendly industrial state once again. My government is paying special attention to a stagnation in the time-bound clearance framework caused by pending approvals covering land, power, pollution, fire, etc. by reviewing all single-window clearances. While initiating the integration of the industrial land bank with the Shilpa Sathi portal, efforts to unlock unutilized or underutilized industrial estates as well as closed units are underway. New industrial parks under the Bhaglia scheme in partnership with the Government of India are being planned. Preparatory work for a new industrial park at Singur has commenced. We are advancing a comprehensive port-led development strategy. The framework and location for development of Tajpur port is being revisited, while Haldia is being further developed as a major industrial and petrochemicals hub. A project pipeline under Sagarmala 2.0 is being prepared, covering port connectivity, inland waterways, RoPax services, fisheries infrastructure, and other blue economy initiatives. Coastal tourism, aquaculture and pisciculture will receive renewed focus. The government is actively pursuing integration of West Bengal with emerging national freight and logistics networks. The land required for the Eastern Dedicated Freight Corridor in West Bengal is nearly acquired and handed over, while the state is actively engaging with the Ministry of Railways on future freight connectivity initiatives. The government is taking necessary steps to operationalize the Ashoknagar oil field and facilitate associated petroleum and natural gas investments. Expansion of gas pipeline infrastructure and city gas distribution networks across the state are also being actively pursued to support industrial growth and cleaner energy access. The government is identifying suitable locations for defense manufacturing facilities and will work towards establishing a defense industrial park or defense manufacturing cluster in the state. Human resource development, Being the fundamental basis for the overall progress of the state, my government intends to improve the coverage and quality of government educational infrastructure and support system through interventions in the areas of pupil-teacher ratio, properly equipping libraries and laboratories, and ensuring all other supports for the government-sponsored schools, and improving the nutritional standards of the students through quality midday meal. The new government also intends to provide other supports to the students like school uniform, school kits, scholarship, etc. Conducting regular TET for teachers at elementary level and initiating recruitment process for recruitment of teachers against existing vacancies every year on a regular basis are going to be the immediate future roadmap towards achieving the goal of universalization of education in West Bengal with perfect conformity to the mandates of NEP 2020. To create a nationalistic fervor in the young minds, my government has made singing of Vande Mataram mandatory in all schools and madrasas recognized by the state government. Reflecting the newly elected government's strong commitment to strengthening school education in the state, West Bengal has recently onboarded the PM Shri, PM School for Rising India. This is a centrally sponsored scheme aimed at transforming selected government schools into model institutions that embody the vision of the National Education Policy 2020, promoting experiential, holistic and competency-based learning with a focus on academic excellence, digital literacy, skill development, environmental sustainability and inclusive education. Against a benchmark of 12,310 schools, 12,053 schools have participated in the process and 11,652 schools have successfully completed the required stages. TMC schools are envisioned as centers of excellence that provide high quality education and serve as model institutions for neighboring schools. In the realm of higher education, immediately after assuming responsibility, my government has initiated measures to ensure that higher education institutions of the state are included in the national schemes like One Nation, One Subscription, Swayam, E-Samarth and PM Vidya Lakshmi. The Department of Higher Education has also onboarded in PM Usha. It has been made clear that the new state government will not tolerate any threat culture across educational campuses of the state. It has also been decided to streamline the admission process for general degree as well as professional degree colleges all over the state with a special emphasis on merit and transparency. My government is determined to ensure that the National Education Policy 2020 is not merely paid lip service or followed as a compulsion, but is properly implemented across the state in all higher educational institutions, covering all parameters with proper scope for internship for students of all general degree colleges. In order to ensure parity in educational infrastructure across the state, my government will take steps towards setting up another Indian Institute of Technology and an Indian Institute of Management or an equivalent institution to provide world-class technical and management education for North Bengal. A new tribal university will also be established to enhance educational access for indigenous communities. Honorable members, my government is very much alert to the cause of women empowerment. Common women must be emancipated from the clutches of centuries of male-centric dogmas and stereotypes. For providing a stronger financial security to women, belonging to economically weaker sections, the new government has begun implementing the Annapurna Yojana, under which monthly financial assistance of Rs 3,000 is being provided to eligible women beneficiaries. In yet another giant step towards empowerment of women through ease of mobility, provision of free bus travel in all state government-run buses has already been rolled out for the women of the state. My government will devise specific strategies for providing quality education to girls with focus on enhancing their employability through appropriate skill training. Measures will be taken to increase representation of women in police force. To promote self-reliance of women, there will be appropriate intervention to support women entrepreneurship in different fields. It is unfortunate that in absence of adequate job opportunities, thousands of youths in the state have to leave for other states in search of livelihood. A key commitment of my government is to usher in an ideal blend of infrastructure development and investment-friendly ambience with necessary steps at the level of formulation of policies and their implementation, so that the new entrepreneurs that are attracted to the state, leading to generation of employment and adding to a state's GDP. My government will extend all possible assistance, including financial support, to the youths so that the state soon turns into a startup hub.